you make me wanna talk back to you. Say it like that. If I hate you, then find someone new. Baby, but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill.
Never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. Going with the gut, never had a doubt, felt like this is just a must. Put me in perspective, I'm the deepest in the cut. Everybody tuning in, but this is just for us now. We know I ain't ballin' yet, hoes wanna holler, oh no, I don't call them back. Girl, let me see you hold it down, we gon' have a blast. Cause I just wanna know what you gonna do with all of that. Ain't gotta say a word, I know what's up. You can have it all, watch me rip it off. I'll admit it, you got me feeling hella love. Even when it's going down, know that we gon' live it up. Young shot caller, always been a baller. Know that you the one, I can feel it in my heart. Yeah, I won't stop charging, we going come harder. I can see you and I, way beyond the stars, girl. I can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right, it feels
Aurora.
take the night in. Welcome, my heart's so full, I'm devoted myself to the night. There's no motive, we're just listening, we're existing. We stay when the music plays, let us drop below, let the people sway.
No, we're
The
not.
name just
No, we're not. Oh.
I didn't even like campaign. It's just crazy.
Hold up. Say
A little bit of light, a little bit of gold. Under pressure, you start to fold like a diamond from gold. Maybe you are something I cannot define. Maybe you are the fallen kind. I lead in bed with violence, the silent side of me. We see where fire starts to breathe.
Hello, everybody. We are back. Took a little bit longer than 5 minutes, it seems, but we're getting back into this matchup of RME versus LLE, which I'm inevitably going to mix those up at some point, so I'm just counting down the moments for that.
I'm really just see how Army can get back into this match here. They had a 4-0 lead on their map pick of Lotus. They were looking really good. It kind of felt like all the cards were on their table, and then just someone wanted to say get some more kills for LLE, and LLE took it and they ran with it. Huge round wins in a rows for LLE. They were able to just essentially snowball the map out of proportion, and even though Army did kind of have those up and down rounds, they're able to find some clutches here and there. It just wasn't enough as LE just kind of ran over this team. So I'm really looking to see what they can do here. Army need to figure out how they're going to play this map, as this is LLE's map and they are looking for blood.
You saying that just made me realize something. Usually, me and you will say something and then the opposite happens, right, Rhodes? However, Randy has not only nullified our curse, it seems she's overpowered us, because she, like you said, she said they need to get more kills, and what do you know? They started getting kills.
There's one problem though. Randy also said RME would get kills, and I guess she just hates the team, and
True,
they didn't get
true.
enough kills.
Well, they actually that round they did get kills. They didn't continue to get kills, but they got kills that round. I
They
believe
got
that was
some.
the round. There was the clutch with Pugs on Fade. So
Pugs did get kills.
I mean, I didn't say they were going to get a lot of kills. I just said they would need to get kills that round, and they did. They stayed in the game and they fought for it. I mean,
You know
it's
what?
either
You're
they
right. I'm
fight-
wrong. You're right. I mean, hey, maybe those buffs just last one round, so maybe you have to do it
Mhm.
every single round and just say, hey, this team's gonna get kills, and then boom, it's 100% effective.
Maybe we will see. I personally think though that I have a theory, right? I have a conspiracy theory here, and that is Randy was a
game
part of
theory.
the team. Okay, I'm Rhodes. I'm a smooch you if you don't stop. But I have a theory. So Randy, you guys don't know this, but in games that we were casting, feeling faded, Randy always hopped over to the observer / production side of the server, and so I'm just saying I think that this has been her master plan the whole time.
Oh yeah, they joined us on production. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Does look like they're gonna be attacking A here.
Quiet.
We'll see if LLE can break through his defense.
I'm saying is Randy's awful quiet right now. I think we found it out, but question is, has RME been able to find out how to recover? They only really had the beginning of Lotus to be happy about. Beyond that, it was pretty downhill. So now, as we look over towards Haven, perhaps they can find their footing a little bit better.
I want to see if Dezo and Pugs can play better. Both these players played Fade last match and just weren't able to find their mark. So I'm really interested to see if these players can be that difference maker. We know Pugs can definitely be that difference maker, but I'm really interested in Dezo too.
Agita, though, looks like they're almost destined to get this kill onto Kwasi, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Those tripwires on the side also causing some problems. Going to spot out these LLE members. Doggy is stuck in the corner, can't quite get up. Pugs is blocking her in. As a result, they're just going to have to group up inside of Garage and try and force the issue outwards. That's exactly what's going to happen, and it's Sea Lion to get 2 kills. Doggy to adds to the tally, and it's all up to Zach in the 1v3. A lot of low players, but as this spike is being defused, running out of time and not able to stop the defuse.
I mean, Zach is just so good. 3-1, but it just doesn't matter. They weren't able to find the kills, of course. Had the smoke there, they can just disguise the defuse, and pretty well done there from RME. They found a really nice flash with Zerfi to take that site in general, and just able to find every single kill they need to do. Very nicely done on the retake, and that's exactly what you need from RME. Of course, we did see them win the first pistol of this series in general, but can they build off it more? We saw them go up 4-0, but can they do enough? Can they not lose their momentum here? And I really want to see them make less mistakes, especially in these mid rounds, to maybe succeed a bit more.
But it is a 3-site map. Perhaps the curse could strike right now. But RME are looking good so far. Zerfi and Pugs tallying up with each other. Collect these kills, and as Zerfi gets 3, it could possibly be the
Beautiful.
forte, but Doggy to get Lexit with the Nano Swarm, and it's a flawless round for RME.
I mean, 4 orbs on the Breach and the Sova, 3 on the Killjoy. I mean, that's a perfect distribution going into this next few rounds.
And just like
Oh,
yeah, what were we
absolutely. I
talking
mean,
about?
that's definitely an ult of all time.
Why is
see, one-
everybody from the Shadow hater here, man? Am I the only one who gives this ult love?
Because no one uses it like it's a useful ultimate. Like it is.
Hey, it is the best for recovering the spike when your team has left you up shit creek, all right?
If you
It's
could tell
really
me
like
when
that
those used.
thing.
Aldaria, please tell me when was that last used to do that? Please tell me.
There was one time, I bet.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
bet there was one time. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how good the ultimate is. As they're gonna push fast on this side. They're playing aggressive here, LLE.
Oh, Ellie with that outlaw is able to collect the kill, but not able to get out of the line of the aftershock. So it will, in the end, favor LLE. They've collected 2 kills in this round, and now RME have to guess as to where LLE are wanting to reposition.
Still looks like they want to go towards the C site, potentially through Garage. C-Line is there with a Spectre. Can definitely find a lot, but this Owl Drone is going to spot her out. She's going to either have to leave or just fight this head on.
It's gonna choose the latter, and it's gonna be able to fight pretty effectively. Gets 1 kill and even a dink as well. So now Pugs potentially pick up some more kills, but a great reaction on the sonar dart. It's gonna stop that smoke spam from coming through. Owl Drone coming out into Garage. A lot on Dog Eat's plate, and they're not able to take all of it as Pugs is now left in the 1v3, and Zach is just continuing their incredible form.
Zach might not have many splits under their hand in Valorant in general, but is showing exactly why hours you put definitely does show some progress. This Ascendant 1 player sub is playing quite good right now. 6-2 now. I mean, there's only one other player on the team that does have kills, and that is Kharkiv, so definitely need to see the rest of LLE step up as they do put 3 guns, or they keep 3 guns into this round. We're going to have the rest of the players buy, and this round is the most impactful one. Can RME kind of push back against the bonus? And we'll have to see, as we know this aggression here from Saint is deadly.
Yeah, Saint wanting to try and press the issue over here on the A side is going to choose to fall back. Well, going towards a long now. And Ellie left with only a Sheriff and no armor to work with inside of this round, potentially trying to save up for an op. However, Zach has bypassed the lines on C site. It is noted though by RME, and C Line is able to spot that out and relay the information to the rest of the team, even finding some chip damage on Zach in the process.
Yeah, and they heard everything that was going down. Ellie was right beside Sewer, knows that they are rotating over, so Dogget could potentially find some sort of timing here, but besides that, the spike should go down, and it's going to be a 3 versus 5 retake, depending on what happens, as Zach with a huge kill on Ellie through the smoke, I believe.
It was really important, but Pugs is there to respond. They know Zach is in that stage corner, so able to just spam through the box and get that kill. However, everything is going LLE's way, and Pugs is still trying to battle back into this round. For it's now a 2v3 retake, and Saint is able to just work their way around the flank. This could be a massive problem, especially if this round continues to drag out, which is exactly what their team is playing for. Stacked up at long, only waiting for the tap onto the spike, and everything falls onto Dog Eat in an impossible clutch. It's a team ace for LLE.
Beautifully done around once again. Zach might have gone down, but found the space on the site. Did get the trade off with Pugs, but either way, another well done round from LLE. They are able to bring more guns into this next one. It does force RME onto an eco, so we'll have to see what they do decide to do with their money. Ellie does have quite a bit, so we'll invest a Spectre with half armor. Could probably go for the full armor, but I think they might want to have an operator in the future. But yeah, either way, not bad for LLE. They have a Rolling Thunder into his next round, but Pugs has a Hunter's Fury that can definitely counteract.
We've seen a lot of value out of this Hunter's Fury from Pugs as well. So don't sweep on it quite yet. Ellie pushing up alongside of Zerfy to try and secure some information. They confirm that this is most likely going to be in a pop, and well, it's already happened. The attackers find themselves firmly on the A site, getting that spike down, and Zach is holding off this flank, who can't quite do so effectively, which forces Kawasi to fall back to the rest of their team.
A lot of aggression though, as Kharkiv will go down, but Saint will get the trade.
1v1 trades, though, do feel like they're kind of stacking up into RME's favor as they can start to snowball this round. Saint, a necessary kill to keep their team from falling out of control, and will double up as well. Everything left on Zerfy. Doesn't have the HP to work with either, just relegated to the save.
You could really see the confidence there from Kharkiv and Saint. They pushed out to a link, trying to find these fights, able to win it overall with Saint getting that 3k, and overall that does win the round. Yes, Zerfy will pick up this gun, maybe more kills. We'll definitely see what Dezo and Saint do decide to do. It doesn't look like there will be any more fighting, but either way, Ellie, they're able to win 3 in a row, and we're starting to see them be able to snowball once again. Of course, if RME cannot win this round with these guns available, with Ellie, with this operator, this is definitely going to be so hard for them to win. Saint has that overdrive, Kharkiv has that Rolling Thunder. We'll have to see what they can do to bring that round, because Dezo's one ultimate orb off of the Hunter's Fury as well. he'd be so impactful on this attack, but Pugs definitely can stop them as well with their Hunter's Fury of their own.
We're gonna have to see what that Hunter's Fury can do. Saint once again aggressive up through sewer. Nelly goes down as well. The op is gone. That's a brutal for RME. It definitely feels like what they've been investing into most in this half so far.
Yeah, with the early smoke there from Zach, it forced them to use the updraft to look for a pick, and Ellie just gets caught with their pants down. A huge pick here for Ellie as they invest the Rolling Thunder.
Bugs manages to sidestep this Rolling Thunder, though. Is not going to be able to find the kills. Instead, it's only Zerfi to be awarded one, and even manages to double up and invest a Rolling Thunder of their own. Everything's on Dezo, and there's way too much for him to deal with. Finally, RME are back on the board.
They can recover the op well down long. Yep.
And Dogito with a clutch double kill in mid. There's a double flank going on, and they weren't able to find anything. That is a huge picks there from your KJ. They actually picked that up, and like you mentioned, they're able to recover the operator. They've tied this game 3-3. They have the ult, not really ult advantage. There's a lot of ults going up and around, but either way, they've definitely made it a lot more doable to get back in this game, even though it is just tied.
Looking at that Neon ult, I mean, we know that Cypher can stop a Neon dead in their tracks, but RME doesn't have a Cypher. They've opted for a Killjoy, so there's a very real possibility that Neon can just fully run into a site with nothing to really stop them except, well, a gun.
Oh, I know something that will stop them. A pause that's going to come out with 3 seconds left in the round.
And close there.
Oh, wait, what? What? Huh? What?
Did the timer keep going after a
Turned
pause?
it off. Oh no.
Oh no.
This is...
Wait, Dezo turned it off as well.
This is...
Yeah, I mean... Dezo did.
Dezo
might have to take a look back at this round, because that's, especially it being from the other team, is not a good look indeed.
I think LLE has to lose this round, right? I mean, those called for a pause.
Yeah. We're gonna have to pause it after this and possibly talk about it. So, Sea Lion, let's see what you have to display for us in the meantime. I feel it's cut off trying to fall back, and Pugs, who disconnected early in the round, is left alone over.
I mean, we'll see where the rule book stands on pauses with 3 seconds left. I know that is hard, but the game was paused, so I do wonder. Yeah, this is gonna be a bit controversial. Which, I mean, we love controversial in this league. Totally hasn't happened 10,500 times every 2 seconds.
Alrighty.
But
I mean, there's
Pugs...
the pause. Pugs is back in. We're gonna try and get in contact with Giga real quick. Giga, we need Giga support.
I mean, who doesn't love a game with pauses, you know?
Yeah, just a little bit. I sent him.
Fun.
I sent a message to him, so hopefully we get a response. So, Randy, how's your day going?
My day is going fantastic. I've finished my 3rd monster, so we're on to a nice Coca-Cola. Very, very yummy. Very
And
delicious.
then your 4th monster, right?
That's not at least for another hour, so I mean, I gotta let it, cook in my stomach for a second, but...
Oh, fair.
Ooh, yeah, this is tough, though.
Yeah, definitely is. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna leave it mostly to you two. I'm gonna sort of work on sorting this out potentially.
What do you eat for dinner, Andy?
I had roast
Welcome
beef
to-
sandwiches with some caramelized onions, some Duke's mayonnaise. It was delicious. How about you?
I ate hamburger. Oh, they just want to play. They might just want to play. Maybe there might not be controversy.
Well, we'll see. Just a sec. I got a hold of Giga. We're gonna go ahead and.
You're not talking in chat.
Oh, Rhodes, how are you feeling about these comps? The Neon, the Cypher, the Jet, the Killjoy. What are you thinking?
I think that it is a composition that does
I'll be back.
things. um, I do kind of like the neon on this map. We have seen a lot from
Yeah.
Boba and I guess LLE now, so it's just a very aggressive pick. If you're not confident in your aiming in general, then I don't think it is something that you should pick. But so far from what we have seen from Saint, it has been very profitable, especially on the later rounds in Lotus, where they're able to find quite a bit of late kills, especially that 4K that end off the map in general. So I do like that, especially from Saint. You have the confidence there, you have everything else. Besides that, it's pretty standard. I mean, they of course opt for the Cypher over the Killjoy, which is really just personal preference at this point. Of course, in the past, at least historically, of course, you see a lot of more Killjoy on this map, but I mean, I don't mind the Cypher either,
I
honestly.
have insight into the Cypher. So, I mean, at least
for it.
personally, what I've seen is as Neon becomes more usable and more playable on these maps, I mean, she's fantastic. She can slide, accuracy is perfect. However, a good Cypher can absolutely stop. I mean, we've seen it with Ray sometimes, but especially Neon's, because she has no upward movement. A Cypher can absolutely demolish a Neon, and as Neon becomes more popular, we see Cyphers more and more on maps like Haven and even Lotus. So I was honestly, I think it'd be a lot more interesting to watch if it was a Cypher versus a Neon, but it's a Killjoy versus a Neon, and unfortunately, Neon can kind of just run through Killjoy and Age. She can jump past alarm bunch, she can jump over turrets, and that can kind of make it harder to hold those sides, especially, as the solo sentinel on maps.
Yeah, we kind of see it already. Just kind of jumping around, just kind of running to their own volition, really not really being impacted by a lot of things that they have. So, like you mentioned, it is definitely a very nice anti-counter, I guess you could say, for them. And it is a pretty standard comp in general for the side of Army. They're not doing really anything too interesting. Of course, you have that Omen, you have that Breach. I'm surprised we haven't seen any Astra today. I guess just the teams don't really like to opt into it, but we have seen
love
quite a bit of
Astra.
Astras pop up. And as the regional Astra hater compared to everyone else,
You don't like my Astra? Oh, that's
I just
awful.
I just think Astra's boring, to be fair. I don't think Astra's a bad character. I think she's really good, but she's just very boring. I don't know. From when she was like super meta and just made the game just very unplayable. It. Oh, they're getting angry. Oh, baby. We have some angry people coming into these later rounds. But yeah, I think their team counts overall. I think Haven's been set for a long time, right? Like Haven's been here
Yeah.
since forever. The
Well,
comps
up
are pretty
until-
set.
I mean, up until I think last season with the Fnatic comp, which is my personal favorite Haven comp, the ISO, Yoru, Cypher, Omen, and
special.
Sova. that is one of my favorite comps, and I mean, I think because of that, Cypher is so flexible. I mean, he got buffs about a year ago, and that just made him so much stronger on these maps. Where before, one Skydog, you run through a Cypher, it's over for him.
Yeah, and then I mean, even with all the KJ nerfs that have come too, it just makes Cypher even more playable. It does suck that it's still like a double Sentinel meta. We can't have other ones really pop up, and then I mean, Vice still disabled for this turn, but like Deadlock, it's a very niche character. It just doesn't do it. It feels like they always miss their mark on these Sentinels, which does really just kind of feel bad.
And I mean, I'm a Sentinel player, so I have my own feelings about it. But I think sometimes when, the Valorant community does not always love Sentinels, especially if you're playing a duelist. I mean, getting completely stopped by, a Sentinel doesn't always feel great. So I feel like as they're making these new Sentinel characters, they're kind of skimping on maybe like, I don't know, a good character because maybe the worries about backlash. A good character. I mean, we've seen, what do we see? We saw Deadlock comboed with Cypher a couple times in VCT. And I think that's basically it. I don't think we've seen any solo Deadlock or combo with any other Sentinel. So, who knows?
Yeah.
A new year's starting up in a couple months. Maybe she'll be fantastic.
Hey, maybe Vice will become super meta. I doubt it, but maybe Vice, will become super meta here. There's just a lot. There's a lot of needs in the Sentinel game, and there's a lot of things that KJ and Cypher do that the other ones just basically don't. And a lot of that now is just good trips and just
info.
Map control. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Deadlock has no info. Sage has no info. Vice has one piece of consistent info. And the
Deadlock
Flash
has the best trips ever.
Deadlock trips are so fun. Like, they're fun when they work, but you put them behind you, Nothing at all. Nothing at all. It's so sad.
They're slow walking anyway. Like they're not gonna find whatsoever.
Well, it took
But-
me a month of Vice being out to realize that her Molly doesn't activate unless you walk in it. It was actually during a league match for this tournament, or maybe it was during a comp game. Someone threw down a Vice Molly, and I had no idea. No damage unless you move. You can just stand in it, no problems at all.
That is, they're really missing the mark. They definitely need to rethink their process on them, especially because I do think some of the I feel like the more more characters that get released in Valorant, the less amount they really. I feel like every character they try to like overload just never really gets put into like a super meta position. I don't remember. I feel like the last character that Valorant has added to like become like some sort of meta has been Gecko.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
besides that, if it does feel like the regular cast minus like Phoenix and whatnot and Sage has been just kind of that for like the whole of Valorant's career, which is interesting.
Well, and I mean, China and Pacific absolutely love Clove. So I mean, with EDG winning champs, who knows? Maybe Clove will start to pop up a bit more, especially in the era of like 2 players on your team who can play duelist. But I mean, Clove is great in ranked. I will not deny that. However, they in more competitive settings do lack a little bit, I feel.
I think North American Valorant is just boring. No one wants to play anything different. They look at the stat sheet. They're like, "Yep, this is what we're doing. Yeah, every game, you know."
No, in fact, Sentinels North American Valorant was the team that played the Cypher and Deadlock multiple times on Lotus before eventually stopping because it was so bad. But the point being is they did try it, and I think it was a Challengers team here in North America. I want to say it was YFP or Oxygen that did the Deadlock Cypher on Ascent. So I mean, they
win?
do stuff sometimes. They actually really good stuff. You got to the point where Fnatic used that comp a couple times, even in BCT, but not anymore. But there was a period where it was used a little bit.
There was a time where they tried to do it and then
they did win. They won that one Ascent game. Fnatic won that Ascent game. I watched it. There was a wall lineup. There's a wall lineup from middle of Ascent into Defender spawn, which stops rotates.
when are we getting the 5 Sentinel comp, you know, with Vice now? Like,
That's what I've been waiting for.
Crazy.
It's gonna go bonkers. I mean, you got Cypher for the smokes, and you got. I mean, the amount of info you will have will both be absurd and also non-existent. I mean, you're gonna have so much info and no info. It'll be amazing. 10 out of 10.
For a different league, we did like a in the last league I did with Algeria, the Honeydew League. We did a
All right.
Oh, are we starting it up? Okay. No,
Well, so we're gonna be rolling back the round. So I'm actually not.
All right, so we're gonna take 20 minutes. Got it.
Okay.
Which I'm sure they would be so happy about, but
I mean, they acknowledged what happened, and there was no complaints or fighting on it from LLE at all. So I do want to clear them. It did seem like a genuine accident to me.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah, we need to be, we need to be attentive with stuff like that. So luckily we are able to just roll back the round and resume the timer, and we can get right back into this. I'm so sorry for the delay, everybody, but these things happen.
I hope everyone didn't leave from Randy and I just talking about Sentinels for like 5 minutes.
Man, I wasn't here for it.
We just talked about the beautiful life of no one playing 5 Sentinel rosters, you know?
I lost to
yeah,
a 5 Sentinels roster.
Which was what I was going to bring up, but you guys did come back, but, you know, you would have lost something else as well, but someone decided to restart the game, but we won't get into that right now, as we're going to head back into this as...
We would not have lost that. No.
You were losing it by quite a bit. Anyway.
We had like a 5-round lead. I'm gonna... Anyways, let's focus on the important things here, as LLE are changing it up this time. They're going towards this B site, and they want to do so with pace out of the tech pause. However, found themselves in a 4v5 post plant, and Saint is under a lot of pressure in the site right now. Flashes are sent in. Ellie is blocked on the dash, not able to get it, but a insane quick scope out of Ellie, and she now takes the high ground to try and provide coverage for this defuse. Zach gets the double, but it's falling all down to these two players inside of mid who are being bullied out of the site, and no spam is able to find the diffuser. And it's gonna be RME. I knew I would. I told you I'd mess it up eventually.
RME,
RRE.
RRQ, who knows anymore?
RME. I think I just don't know why I didn't spam whatsoever. They're playing a spam post play, and they decided to just not shoot. They used the 2 shock darts, but it was way too widely across, so the death came right after the defusal went down. So RME, they're able to find that win off something that I think LLE were super favored, and I really like that position from both the players that were still alive. And you just gotta shoot there. I don't know what you're doing.
And now LLE. God, man, I was doing so good. I was doing so good, and now I've lost it. We're back in it. We're in it now. LLE left now trying to recover after this tech pause, and Dog Eater is going to keep making things troublesome. Kharkiv goes down, and now Zach trying to regress towards a main. Not going to be ready for this position by Ellie, so they will be snuffed out as well. Now Ellie is just going to fall back. RME are playing this round very well.
And they invest the arrow too, so they won't know where Ellie is just yet. This could be huge.
This could be absolutely massive from Ellie. They do check it, and Ellie's still able to get one. Dezo to trade it back, but Surfy's right there to respond, and Kuasi is now left in a 1v4. The Sentinel left to do almost everything themselves. They're going to try and open this up with a duel onto Zerfi, but Pugs is there to support already. They're being wrapped around from behind as well. The longest this draws out, the less chance Kuasi has, and won't even go over the second hurdle.
The momentum will be flopped as RME will secure the round after the mishap earlier, and that is not what you want from the LLE. You go down now 2 rounds where it could have been fine for them. It could have been completely fine momentum-wise, but just unfortunate things will happen, and Army are going to get in the lead, but you have to push yourself back in it. You may have lost 3 rounds in a row now, but you can definitely come back from this. You have before, and we'll have to see what they do in this one as they're investing the rest of their economy into this round. They have that overdrive from Sing. I'm really looking at them to potentially use it and give them that leeway into this.
Kuasi taking a lot of damage through that cage as well. This is not looking good for LLE. They have been sufficiently put on their back foot. However, Saint is looking to break through this garage defense. Sea Lion there to hold on. However, Zach has managed to snag away the C site single-handedly.
Huge from Zach once again, able to find so much positioning, and this time Dog Eater is not available with the utility to delay them at all. So we'll see what Zach can do here. Maybe find Zerf. That could be huge.
Oh my god, so close to the spam, but Zach not quite able to get it over the line there. Zerfy barely surviving with just a little bit of HP, and as a result, this Rolling Thunder is still in the round. It's going to be sent out towards the back of the site as the defenders flood out, but Kuasi has been working this flank for ages, and it could be absolutely huge. Playing the trigger discipline is going to stall out the time little by little. The neural theft sent in as the cherry on top for this round, and RME are left with no chance despite Ellie hitting a nice shot. Surely this cannot go her way.
I mean, that round could have been absolutely deadly there too. Like,
it felt so disrespectful from Ellie to just stare at them as while diffusing.
I mean, what else can you do with Ellie there? Of course, the one way was missed. I don't know if that was because the bomb plant or whatnot, but I mean, you can't really win that round. The time is essentially over. You're just kind of banking on them running away from the bomb plant, but there's no point because you're in that spam setup, and just pretty well played there from LLE. They get around back. Kwasi able to find that kill on the flank, and everything is good and well, but the economy now is back in LLE's favor as Army only have 1 round, or 1 gun. Not
Zerfi, though,
anymore.
pushing forward. LLE gets a kill with the Blade Storm as well. There's 2 kills already gone their way, and they're trying to recover these rifles as well. Deso getting overwhelmed by this utility as LLE grabs the Vandal and slips into the smoke. He's wanting to press the issue, and off the back of a paranoia, Zach goes down, and LLE is raining terror in the attacker's spawn. 3 on the round, and Kuwasi is now left with another impossible clutch.
Finds one. Can they find any more? Cannot. Almost a flawless, but either way, they had 1 rifle into that round, but Ellie pops the Blade Storm, able to find a few with the help of teammates' flashes, with the help of the stuns, and very well done there from the side of RME. They're able to win that back. It is 6-4 now. They have the advantage in this map, and LLE, you're kind of seeing a fall. You're not seeing the same LLE that we saw previously, and we need to see what they can do to step up here.
And I think a big part of that is going to be Saint getting those early engagements and being as much of a nuisance as they were last map. I mean, they were able to slide, they were able to execute quickly, but we aren't seeing that as much as before.
No, definitely not, as we will see Saint run into sight. Will we get the overdrive this time, though? I don't believe it.
Ooh, caught by the fault line, though, and Zerfi collects that kill as well. A great response from the in-game leader to shut down the exact player you were saying needed to start to find their footing. They're going to be sent back to the bench for this round. As LLE get this plant down, they're trying to piece this round together, but at the man disadvantage that is only growing, it's going to get difficult. Ellie is absolutely farming now.
Yeah, I don't know if Kwasi can do this again, as Ellie will go for it, but it just doesn't work.
Definitely went for it. That's certainly a way to put it. Kwasi is just going to walk away with his operator, doesn't want to give it back over to the defenders. And yeah, just going to throw it out of the map.
I mean, hit the tree, did not even throw it out, but good round there again from RME. They're able to find these picks, and that fault line from Zerfi essentially wins them the round. Yes, of course, Ellie were on that eco, but either way, able to throw that perfect fault line down, able to find the easy pick on the Ellie, so there's not even a threat of the overdrive coming out. It is huge for RME in these rounds. And then, of course, Ellie finishing a 3K, does get a bit over aggressive, but can rebuy that up. Doesn't matter whatsoever, and an accelerated Ellie is not what you want if you're LLE.
Definitely. Ellie is one of those players that if she can get the ball rolling, she can be an absolute menace in the server. So you want to keep her from getting too confident. C-Line and Doggy, though, inside of mid are causing a lot of problems. It's the A-side execute. We'll get a spike plant as a result, but there's so little to work with, and Ellie has no fear, dashes into the site and no scopes the planter right as that spike goes down, and now Saint has to hold on in the 1v3. Overdrive popped a lot of damage down. It is gonna try and wrestle these kills back, but it's not enough, and RME end the half at 8-4.
The hero play was in the eyes. You could see the vision, but just cannot find enough damage there. Pugs will finish off the round. 8-4.5 for RME, and you might say it's karma, but all I see is this team turning it on. RME with some beautiful rounds and beautiful kills. Zerfi and Ellie, though, leading the charge, to the best players on this team. We know Ellie, if they're accelerated too much, can have these super high kill games. Of course, we did see that 82 kill or so series a couple of weeks ago, but you just know that this team can be super scary. LLE, they need to pick it up now as they are down by 4.
That dash in no scope on the diffuser goes to show sort of just the mentality she's in right now. Just absolutely no fear. All she cares about is getting the mission done.
Want to see what Army do decide to do here on the pistol. Does look like they want to go towards A, and Saint will get fault lined again. Huge pick up for Ellie in this round.
Beheaded by Ellie, who's just continuing this hot streak that she's been having in the latter portion of this Haven map. Now has to fall back a little bit as she's taken a lot of damage from that shock dart, but the man advantage is secured and the plant is down, which means LLE are in an uncomfortable situation. They're going to try and work it off the back of the paranoia, but as Kharkiv goes down to that aftershock, this is starting to fall apart for LLE. RME can just play these trades, and that's exactly what they'll do. The pistol comes comfortably.
This
Already
round,
3 orbs towards that breach ult. That couldn't have been more beautiful for them.
I mean, it's just looking so difficult for LLE to do anything. Looks like their mental has broken. Everything they were doing beforehand just does not look like it's enough. And that utility that we saw there from Zerfi, able to even find even more picks to give them that 3 versus 5 advantage, is just so beautiful for the side of RME. So I'm really interested to see if LLE can maybe find something along the curse, as Static also tells me in my ears. So you never know. If two of us say it out once, maybe it will happen.
Yeah, Static is rooting for a little bit of magic here, but Kawasi goes down, and a sigh comes out from the observer, praying on the downfall of RME, but his prayers go unanswered.
Hey, who knows? Maybe Saint will hit 5 headshots in a row. You never know what can happen in this game. And though Saint just hasn't been the same player since
One body.
Hold up. Didn't need the headshot on Pugs. It was only a body shot required. Perhaps
Can't happen now.
Saint a little bit of confidence to look into this round, but instead they'll only look into a wall.
Like I
And
said,
I mean, Army could afford to lose 1 gun, and that's exactly what they did. So it's just beautiful for them.
yeah. Now with the 6th round lead, they're looking at the end of this map, and they're looking to tie the series up. But of course, we have to get there first, as a gun round from LLE will be coming up. Ellie with this Vandal and Dogita, both looking to do a lot of damage to this team. And I mean, we saw them do a lot more with worse weaponry. So Ellie, they have to be careful. They need to be on the same page, and they need to defend off this army team that is looking to potentially go B to A. We have seen the strategy used quite a bit. Can Kharkiv hold this push off here?
Gonna be a lot up to Kharkiv and Zach. However, Saint is not deterred, is going to get an aggressive kill onto Dog Eater, but it's this plant going down on the B site. We're going to have to see a good re-hit out of LLE, and they won't even need to re-hit as RME continue pushing into their lines of sight. Now they can just play it across as it's all up to Pugs and Ellie to hold off, and Saint dashing into the site is going to shut this down for RME.
Is Saint back? I mean, we'll have to see, as they tried to do the B to A, but since Saint was able to get that pick off early in the round, was actually able to rotate over to the teammate of Kharkiv to keep them alive, and that just kind of halted everything Army wanted to do. Their mid round just they're just kind of stuck in B because they had the players from C, they had the players from A. The only thing you can do is retreat, but with how aggressive Saint is, able to find that 3K, dashed up and down the B site, and very well played there overall. We need to see do a bit more in this match to actually get the team back into this, but with 1 ultimate orb now off of that overdrive, can definitely be possible here.
Ain't not deterred from this aggression, despite the utility that's been sent his way, and he will claim Sea Lion's head. RME are struggling to find their footing in these last few rounds, and Saint is looking back on fire, peeking out towards Long, is going to spot that there's 2 members there and confirm that this attack
Bad smoke.
really leaning towards the A site. The other side of the map, there's a Killjoy lurking up towards C. It looks like RME are going to start to invest into that.
Dogita?
Spotted by by Kuwasi. This is a great adaptation from LLE.
I think Army's just trying to spread out, try and pull this LE team around the map, but they are not budging whatsoever. They are prepared for this B hit here. If Zach can find these kills, Army, they're kind of screwed in this round.
Back set to receive, but there's some utility. The flash misses, and oh my god! Zach, that is disgusting! 3 shots, 3 kills, and this attack is shut down.
Bing, bang, bong is what Zach just did with a huge 3K. I mean, as you heard from us in the reactions, that was absolutely huge. And like I mentioned just a few seconds before that happened, if that had to happen, if this LE team was going to get back in the game, Now they actually have quite a bit of advantages heading forward. Saint has that overdrive available. Army have yet to get that Rolling Thunder. Is or if he can maybe find something with the Stinger, can definitely help them out in this round. But LE have all the advantages coming into as they have that overdrive. They have Zax from the shadows, what to do. But either way, I really like what LE can do in this round now.
They're going right into the setup of Kuwasi as well. They have to get past all this utility. And Cypher will claim one. Ellie quick to respond, picks up the Vandal as well and wants to press this issue. She's getting aggressive on the site, but they don't seem to know that there's a player up towards stage. And so now Zach can be a menace inside of this round. That's exactly what he'll do. Another hat trick for the sub. He's looking to shut this down for RME.
I mean, what do you say at this point? That's back 3Ks, and Ellie found the pick to get the Vandal, but since there's not enough bullets in general for it, Zach was just able to decimate that team. And ooh, look at what we got on the board now. We have that Rolling Thunder available now for Zerfi. We have that Blade Storm now for Ellie. This round is quite pivotal because if they are able to win this, they should win the following one as well. They should have max econ for LLE, so I'm really interested to see what both these teams can do here. Army, they need to innovate because they have not been able to penetrate wherever Zach is around this map.
I mean, especially with this off coming online for Saint, I mean, that's going to be really, really scary to look at.
I have in my notes that Saint is an amazing opera. Will it come true in this round?
Definitely seen Saint have some success, but this round
Ellie's
will
an
not be
even
one
better
of them.
rifler, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, and that also gives the op over to Ellie, and when she was on the defense, she was certainly putting up some very impressive performance with it. So like you said, just gonna juggle it back. She wants to throw it out of the map. Doesn't want it on attack. It's gonna stick to that rifle.
I mean, fair enough with that beautiful shot done, then that just eliminates a huge factor for LLE in this round in general. And with everyone on that ace side of the map, this is all up to Kwasi, and I don't think you can hold this off. It is such a hard site to hold off, especially with all these prong attacks coming through.
But look who's rotating over from B quickly. It's none other than Zach. As Ellie takes out Kawasaki, we're going to have to see another hero play from this Omen. There's a long flank making its way around as well, so the defense has to be...
Dezo.
Dezo didn't seem to notice the player inside of Garage. Everything's falling apart for LLE right now. Dogita claims the kill. This is falling apart. This flank is here. Sea Lion adds, and now Zach has to do it all. A 1v5 teed up, and they're just going to fall back. They know they have no shot.
A round of mistakes there from LLE. They're not able to find anything. Saint expends just so much economy to use that operator to just fall to Ellie's perfectly timed shot. And now Zach will realize the operator is gone and nowhere to be recovered. As Zach might even go down too. Really nice positioning here from Zerfi. Yeah, and that's... Oh, that's not a shot!
Oh my god, Zach. And then misses all those, but still. I mean, that's 3 rounds in a row with 3 kills. Zach is on fire right now.
And I think that was especially great for from Zerfi and Dogita down in Garage. I mean, Zerfi by making all those footsteps, I mean, that kind of draws that Sova drone over and away from your lurker. And that's absolutely what you want to do, is just have your lurker work the map. And I think that was really exactly what Dog needs to be doing to get into this game.
Yeah, Dezo's going to be shaking their head, though. That is not a mistake you want to make either way. And we'll have to see what does come to this round. Saint will buy the operator once again, as in the C site is going to be hit. And again, no one really near does have Zach at least available, but it's still very difficult to not have to retake the site right now.
Oh, Ellie goes down early. Zach stands strong for 2. But Sea Lion shuts it down and snuffs out the hottest member on LLE right now. Dogita, like you said, lurking around this map and is looking to try and take Garage, and will do so forcefully. Kharkiv goes down. We're brought back to a 3v3, and the C site is compromised for LLE. That plant will be committed by Zerfi. Has to get off of it, though. This Hunter's Fury is going to be good to stall out some of this time, buy time for these rotates. And Zerfi just barely dodging that Hunter's Fury means that they're going to stay nice and healthy for this post plant. Rolling Thunder available, so is a lockdown. There's a lot of ultimates that could be whipped out inside of this round as Saint pops
Kwasi?
the overdrive. Kawasi is flanking into Garage. Dog Eater goes down. Neural Theft is popped. Saint is going to get aggressive off the back of it, but caught with the utility out. Zerfi doubles up, and everything's left up to Kawasi in a 1v2. One player is low and can isolate these fights. It's all up to Sea Lion. 1v1. Kawasi trying to tap the spike, baiting out the peaks, but it's expertly played by Sea Lion, just dancing around the site perfectly and stalling the time just as much as she needs to find match point.
Wonderful from Sea Lion there. I mean, that was just that was beautiful.
Yeah, and if you're
Really well
Kwasi, like Kwasi not being able to kill Zerfi early on too, it makes it so much easier for Celine with how much time was wasted and just really well played overall, just able to dance around, and they keep a lot of
5
ultimates. Yeah, that is 5 ults into this round for RME. I don't know if they play this correctly, LLE, there's no chance for you whatsoever.
I mean, at this point, you have the economy, you have the ultimates, the guns are there, everything is there for you to just get this over the line and push us to a map 3. Send everything you have at your opposition, is what I say personally. However, Dog Eater goes down early. LLE are not content to sit back. They want to push the aggression, and Ellie is quick to respond, takes out Kharkiv, and these attackers are really taking their time with this round.
Yeah, with how much aggression is shown here, Army, you have an available C site with no utility there as well, so it is pretty easy for them to get it, but the question is, how much collapse can LLE put onto it? Because every single member is in a different position around the site, so I'm interested to see how they're actually able to innovate when this Rolling Thunder will find nothing, but they still have a lot of ultimates to use.
At least gives them the confidence to push onto the site. They still have a Hunter's Fury as well, and if Ellie wants to get a little bit more agile, she can pop the Blade Storm.
Oh, here we
as
go.
well. Flank from Kawasi has to be big. Is going to manage to find one. Saint's there to add to the tally, but is it enough to stay alive inside of Haven? Just harassing this backline, but running low on ammo, and this Hunter's Fury will be popped to try and get the defuse off. However, it's not enough. LLE are staying alive by the skin of their teeth.
And that's
And
3
that's-
ults.
That is not what you want for your army. Like you said, Randy, that is 3 ultimates down like you just highlighted. That is detrimental, even though, of course, they are still match point. This game is by far from over if you are, if Army are worried about losing, but that is definitely not what you want. You have at least a lockdown, but Dog Eater going down there is probably one of the worst case scenarios with that huge flank available that we saw from the side of LLE.
Well, and that's actually a little bit of an unfortunate part with that Killjoy turret they've been using. If you notice, it's not fully up into mid. So what that means is the attackers can fully take mid without anyone knowing, which I think will kind of left the Killjoy with their pants down there.
Hopefully kills at the start of this round happen.
It's LLE, like I said, they're not content to just sit back and wait. They want to take control of this match, take the bull by the horns, and that's exactly what they do. A flawless round to find their 9th.
Zach is now 28, 14, and 5 now on this Omen, doubling the player in second on the team. And I mean, it is really a one-man show right now. It is the main focal point so far for LLE, able to find everything they need. And if you're on LLE, you need to try and like step up, you know, because right now it is kind of just a one-man show. And if Zach goes down in one of these rounds, if one mistake is made, it kind of does feel like all of their hopes in this map is kind of over, and we might be heading to a map 3. But of course, you never know what can happen, as with that not really good KJ turret pretty easily taken care of.
Lion set up on this angle, won't be able to best Zach. So the controller is out of the round for the attackers. They have to make this work without any smokes available to them, except for the very brief window of opportunity granted by the Jet. Lockdown comes out, but aggressive from Kawasi, manages to collect one, goes traded though, so this is staying doable for RME to try and push this to map 3. So Spike is committed and the lockdown is closed out. It's going to open up the retake for the defense. LLE lining up their utility. They want to play this coordinated. They want to play it well. That's a great response from Zerfi to dislodge these players. Saint sending it into hell. Great shot off of a great flash, and everything falls onto Dogita, who can't manage the pressure. It's double digits for LLE right now as they're trying to make this comeback happen.
Pretty simple and nicely done. Set up there from the side of LLE. Kharkiv has that fault line, has those flash points to just flash the team, stun the team. They might have got stunned by Zerfi, but either way, with how much utility a breach has and why you'll see a breach on every single Haven game, it just absolutely just outnumbers what Army could do. We're gonna get that timeout coming down. They're like, hey, we're throwing away some of these rounds, and we'll have to see what does come out here. As Saint will buy their 3rd operator of this game, has not been able to find anything just yet. So I'm interested to see what Army call here, and if Saint can use this operator to success.
And looking at Dog Eater here, I mean, their lurks into Garage on a lot of those C hits are kind of what help them secure the round. But I mean, we've seen at those 2 rounds with the mid take, they were either taken out really early on the round, or they were left battling on site as a killjoy, which is never ideal to be in, especially as a sentinel. So I'm really curious how they can maybe slow down and work the map as opposed to these full side hits, which they quite frankly don't seem to be able to hold anymore.
Yeah, it's getting a lot more difficult, but they do have Zerfi's Rolling Thunder coming out into ult orb, so maybe that could potentially help if they are able to accelerate them a bit. Maybe play for some of these orbs around the map. Probably see just smoke it off and look for it, but that is definitely a huge factor into why Army just are not being able to break through right now. It kind of felt like their buff from maybe the bad mentality from LLE is kind of gone. So I'm really interested to see how they are able to pull back here when they do have the worst survive coming into this round. And it does look like they want to play towards this mid area once again. And it didn't work out for them the one time they did it, but we'll see if they make the mistakes, because anything can happen in these maps. One mistake will ruin it.
Zach popping from the shadows, has a feeling that this is going over towards A, but RME are just playing this round slow. They want to try and punish any over aggression, and it's met with passiveness from LLE.
Most passive round we've seen.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely, I feel like this is definitely calculated from LLE. They imagined that timeout was probably called to try and point out the aggression that LLE has been turning up inside of mid, and instead saying, hey, give it some time, let them play into us. And now they've just bled about 40 seconds off of the clock and are now having to go into a site hit with less than a minute remaining. Saint, with that op, can't quite get anything going, and Ellie is going to dash into the back of the site, not able to find any kills. And Saint is just dancing around, staying alive. Double kill on the round. And now Zerfi and Sea Lion have to pick up the pieces. They bring it to a 1v or a 2v2 rather. But Kharkiv is so deep in this site already. And the neural theft reveals where the attackers are going.
The gun advantage still in the favor of LLE, but it is the 2 bottom members of the team that, if you're an LLE fan, that does kind of potentially scare you a bit. But either way, we'll see what they can do here, as these stingers can be super good for Army. They have that Rolling Thunder to invest to if they hear enough, so I'm really interested to see how this retake does go.
One coming from CT, one coming from Alley right now for LLE, and that fault line is beautiful, but they're ready for the fight from Kawasi through the smoke, and now this Rolling Thunder is going to be absolutely instrumental to them pulling off this thrifty victory. As it comes out, Kharkiv is running low on time, has to get back over, dropping out of heaven. Zerfi, sound cue was made. Now Kharkiv has to try and work around this smoke, spots the barrel, but Zerfi is just playing the time and secures the kill to push us to map 3.
Once
Great
again,
round there from the IGL. Wow.
I mean, once again, like, one mistake, it hurts you, and that happens again. They played too aggressive on C, and they lost too many members to that lower weaponry that I mentioned before. And LLE, they just walk into their own demise there. Dezo and Kharkiv could not find enough. You saw both the members in the smoke actually get stunned up by the fault line, but Dezo just runs straight through it, didn't look for a spam, knew that there were 2 players in it, and just got headshot, and that definitely lost them the round. Either way, we're into a map 3 where I mean, Army, they definitely have the momentum back in their favor, and you never know what can happen on an Ascent map as Kingston looks like they're going to be joining us back.
And Zerfi will be coming in for the interview as well. So we're going to get them in here right now. Zerfi, congratulations
Hello.
on winning map 2 and pushing us to a third.
Yeah, hello. Nice to be here.
I mean, first thing that I want to ask is actually in regards to that final round. We saw you guys calling the timeout on your low buy, and you
Yeah.
wanted to take the round a little bit more slowly, and were very quickly met with a very passive hold from LLE. So I just kind of want to ask, what went into mid rounding that after
Yeah.
your timeouts seemed to kind of
Right.
give you
I'm
a
pretty
false plan?
I'm pretty sure we were on a gun round before that and we ended up losing. And honestly, I wasn't even going to call a timeout. It was my teammate who made the decision and it was a great decision. And I did end up calling it. Um, yeah. And we just kind of decided to reset. We're kind of overcomplicating things. And yeah, we just got everybody back online and everybody kind of back in the right headspace. I think after Lotus, we kind of like honestly we weren't feeling good going into Haven. Um, but yeah, we just kept it simple and kept the energy up, and we were able to bring it back.
I wanted to ask with the pause mishap that happened earlier, how are you trying to talk to your team to get back into the game with maybe not the best mental? You guys had the momentum potentially heading into future rounds, but how do you
Fair.
try and get your team back into the game and in the right mindset to continue in it in general?
Yeah, no, that stuff will happen, and it's obviously no one likes it, even the enemy. But I just kind of kept us focused on the right things, and like don't even worry about like the enemy or like just focus on the game and don't worry about it. And we're just here to just fully do our best and try to even improve in every single round. And to me, it's just another challenge, for us to overcome. It was fine.
Perfect. Okay, well, first off, congratulations. You played absolutely fantastic. It was
Thank you.
great to watch, especially that last round. Oh my god, amazing. So, I was personally just wondering, I mean, you're going against, a cipher, which you might not, go into a
Sure.
lot. And I'm just wondering, is there a different way that you maybe try to execute on site, especially with the Jet? There was a couple times where I think she got, either dashed into trips or updrafted and was kind of brought back down. So, does it kind
Yeah.
of change how you execute or no?
To be honest, not really, because a lot of our protocols, like we already run Sova a lot, so a lot of
Hmm.
our protocols is like trying to make sure, like the order of util and making sure you're getting the shock off for the trips, especially in the common spots. It is kind of a thing of like keeping the leash on the jet because your jet like obviously really wants to just go off and go crazy. Um, but it was about sort of getting rid of the common spots and forcing the cipher to put the trip in other places. And then like yeah, we were getting tagged by it, but it's at least letting us have a little bit of advantage early on just in getting out.
Yeah, and I think honestly you dealt with it, pretty well, and yeah, that was really well done from you, all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
And speaking of the Jet, we're going on to a pretty notorious map for your Jet. Ellie having an absolutely lights out performance before on Ascent, and hopefully is what you guys will need to try and pull this series back into a 2-1 victory. It's going to be a 5-minute break as we get ready for Ascent.
When I was laying silent, the voice inside of me made me lose my mind right. Lose my mind right. Lose my mind right.
We're gonna burn it down. Burn it down. We're gonna burn it down. Burn it down. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder.
I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. 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 Show them. Change the station with a new shit. Show them. Change the station with a new shit. Change the station. Change the station. Change the station with a new shit. With a new shit. Change the station. Change the station. Change the station with a new shit. With a new shit.
Turned toward me and looked so weak. I've never seen you with such tired eyes. And everything we said we'd be, we just traded for a suit coat and a tie. And underneath the rows of trees, I will see you where the ocean meets the sky. Under your toes, the fire grows. You are ready for a different kind of life. You're silent, bold, the wind is cold. You must return to the wild. You're silent, bold, the wind is cold. You must return to the wild. while the sunshine brings the light. Fill me out with a flame. I will let you in this game. Take me out when I'm down. 'Cause with you I'm safe and sound. 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 I'm safe and sound.
Map 1 certainly looked like LLE were looking to run away with the series. However, on Haven, we saw RME put up a fight and be able to bring it all the way to Ascent, where now we're going to see who is going to come out on top of this series. It's certainly been a fun one, wouldn't you two agree?
It's been absolutely thrilling. Thank you for asking.
It's been special, that's for sure. I mean, controversies aside, it's been very up and down for both these teams, to be honest. LLE in the first map went down by quite a bit, came back, won it, and the second map, LLE went up quite a bit. RME came back and won it. Like, it does kind of feel like if you're winning at the start of this Ascent map, you might not win it, but I mean, there's definitely probably been talks to both teams really about kind of throwing these leads that you have, just not playing to the right standard that you definitely set yourselves on. And now that we're heading into this mirror matchup, I'm really interested to see what they do decide to do here.
To address the elephant in the room as well here, Zach is out and Kingston is now here. It's the full roster available to LLE, but Zach was a big part of their success. You cannot deny that. He was putting on some ludicrous performances, and now it leaves a big question mark as to how LLE will perform in this final map.
But hey, I mean, it is their full roster, so we'll definitely see how that does end up going here. And like you mentioned, Zach, 29, 16, and 7 in that last map for LLE. Beat Saint by 13 kills, or not 13 kills. Quite a bit of kills. Yeah, wait. Yeah, it's 13 kills. Yeah, I'm stupid. Yeah, 13 kills in that last map, and definitely not what you want there. We know that this LE team can definitely divide their kills up a bit better. They can definitely have these good player moments, but they need to find it now as RME are pushing really fast on the B.
And Ellie needs to find that confidence that she started to oh my goodness, she started to rile up inside of Haven. They want to pull this over the line on Ascent. She'll be taken out of this pistol round rather early, and Zerfi is not convinced that this B site is clear. Jumping into Boathouse will take out the defender. Lying in wait, and Dog Eater contributes a kill as well. Sea Lion to try and bolster that defense. Kingston gets a double kill on the retake, and now everything's left up to Zerfi. 1v2 spotted by the turret, though. And Saint closes out the final kill.
It was looking so good for a potential fight there from Zerfi, but the smoke was down, which means that turret is there.
Is this like are you guys pranking me, or are you guys actually loaded in?
We're loaded in.
We're loaded in.
All right.
Oh boy.
Perfect. Thank you. I was just wondering. I thought you guys were just messing with me, and I was like, okay, I guess it's fine.
Are you not in ready?
Thank you.
Hey, you know, we're one caster down. You know, we still have plenty of numbers.
I've got the stream. I don't want your PC to explode running double stream.
That is fair. That is fair. As LLE, they'll pick up their first pistol win since the first map, so definitely a nice advantage heading in. Or sorry, no, they won the pistol round in the last map. My apologies. But either way, ooh, Karka with a nice shot on the Dog Eater.
Like you said, a very clean shot to open this up. LLE are looking to convert this second round. RME are left trying to rotate out, trying to recover. Sea Lion with a very awkward fight that she's just gonna have to accept is a bit out of her hands, it seems. Brought down to very low HP fragmentation grenade gets sent out to trees to stall out this approach. They're starting to close in on these defenders. If they can isolate these fights, possibly to get some kills, but it's not going to happen. Saint, Kharkiv, and Kingston all combined to shut it down.
A huge flawless there for LLE to get their momentum back. And I do actually want to mention too, Kharkiv had definitely a down game last game. One of their better players, probably one of my favorites on LLE, a very good, just could not get by a Zerfi and Ellie last map. And definitely, they're a very good player, but last map, they just got shut down, lost 1-5 in duels the Zerfi and 1-4 the Ellie. It's definitely something they want to clean up, maybe have some better duels against these players, and starting it out like that is definitely going to help them out quite a bit, as RME are going to be going towards this B site potentially, and Kharkiv starting out 4-1-1, exactly where you would want.
Yeah, Randy, now that you're finally able to watch the game, what's your input?
My inputs, let's see if they can get this bonus, and that is gut for Pugs.
Yeah, we can't do anything about that one, unfortunately. Disconnect for Pugs inside the middle of the round is not going to bode well.
Especially during goodbye, it's brutal.
Yeah, it's really rough.
Let's see if they can convert it.
They could be in a
Zerfi
worse position, to be fair.
Zerfi just playing bodyguard role right now, though. Waiting for the reconnect, I'm guessing.
We'll have to see what RME do decide to do here, as it does look like they want to take a main where two players are sitting. Saint is kind of in death row if they cannot find these kills, so have to be very careful. But does Kingston fall asleep at the wheel is the biggest question of them all.
Has to hit this shot cleanly and will not do so. Ellie will take them out and pave the way onto the A site. Saint, like you said, just tucked in.
Ooh.
And as Pugs reconnects, that's going to prompt the rest of RME to start rotating around. They want to make their way towards this B site, it looks like. Everything is going to come together, possibly, but Kawasi is there to snuff out one of these mid players and try and delay the hit. You're running low on time. You've got a cross, and Dezo is here to hold the line. Drops the spike. I don't think there's going to be enough time. It's going to be close, but no. Pug's not able to get on the site in time, and so RME will lose it out to the clock.
That is the worst case scenario if you're an RME fan. You disconnect at the worst possible round in general, because that is kind of the energizing round where it can get your team into it. It can get your team to win several rounds after, and just
it's
not
just
what you want.
For me. Like, I always DC.
The server, yeah, it'll always be the servers, just not able to find it enough. But either way, huge there from LLE to get off to a good start. Very unfortunate for RME, but they can definitely bring it back. We've seen them bring it back before, and like I talked about earlier, even if you start off good with both of these teams, it does not mean you're going to have a good map.
It's certainly sounding a little bit discouraged right there, and I can imagine why. The RME are trying to break through onto this A site. They're going to have a lot of opposition looking in their face, and the Bulldogs are going to claim quite a bit of kills.
Yeah, I mean, they'll take upgrades as well with the Vandals that are dropped.
Yeah, not bad. And Saint will pick up the operator 0-3, I believe, so far from what we've seen. Contrary to the counterpart of Ellie, able to find a lot of operator success in the series, especially on Haven. So we'll see what Saint can do here. Is known for a very good operator, especially on this jet, but there's only Dog Eater around, and I don't think Saint will find much, as it does look like Kingston is going to be pushed out of this A position. Needs to be careful here.
That's forced to teleport back as Ellie's trying to press the issue, but Kingston stands strong for a double, filling the shoes of Zach quite effectively, and Dog Eater can't get the clean kill inside of mid. It's just going to buy time for Kawasi to trade that out. It is a 2v3, so a bit more damage than you might expect out of this eco, or I guess this is sort of a full force from RME, yeah. So I need to try and get something going if they don't want this to start to spiral out of control. Saint not really keeping an active eye on mid, which means that these attackers have managed to slip through into market, but it's accounted for. Kawasi's just holding for this full wrap around that Zerfi looks destined to try and pursue, and this is a hell of an off angle to try and clear. Is being diligent about it. Kwasi could go down here, and that's exactly what will happen. But in exchange, Pug gets caught in the crossfire, and now Zerfi has to do it all in a 1v2, and Kharkiv is just tucked in and waiting.
They didn't play enough together and they get punished for it. I think they could definitely win that if they are just playing a bit more compact, if they just play together as the 2v3, but they just took too many ones, and Kharkiv will punish you with a 7-3-3 now and a forfeit? What
Okay.
just happened?
And the what the fuck from or well, oops. The WTF from Zerfi is well,
Who did it?
I'm quite confused right now.
GG, GG, guys. I'll see y'all later, I guess. Oh, my bad, my bad, my bad, my bad.
What happened?
One of our teammates thought they hit timeout, and we didn't realize too late until.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
We still get the 5-0 lead though, right?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Welcome back to hell, everybody.
We'll be right back.
After much delay, we are finally back. We have course corrected, you guess you could say, and well, RME are gonna try and get aggressive out the gate here. A quick hit through B main, and gonna be taking a lot of damage, and Kuwasi through the smoke is gonna collect 3. Pugs goes down as well, and the more things change, the more they stay the same.
The Gatling Vandal there from Kawasi makes it 6-0, and even though we had an extremely long break, Kawasi will get it done here for LLE to make it 8-1 further KD and make it a 6-0 half thus far. RME, they're onto an eco now, a place where they probably should have been before the map was unfortunately messed up, but either way, we'll have to see what LE do as their momentum is still in their favor as they pick up that round win, as RME will now look towards his ace site potentially.
Like you said, looking towards the A site. However, Kuwasi getting hit with that 0 point inside of market. They're going to start to mid round, going through mid into tree. Kharkiv is set to receive them. Manages to hold off well. However, RME, they do manage to break through. Kingston goes down as well. Kharkiv was only able to muster a single kill. Now Dogita on this flank is noted, but it's just going to be a thorn in the side for LLE right now. As they slowly work their way towards this flank, LLE now have to go quickly into the retake. Hit by a 0 point's gonna force them to go in without utility on some of their players. Dropping in the site, Saint is just gonna try and gun these players down, but look at this flank. It's coming through. Now it's all left up to the one and only Saint, who was looking really strong at certain points of this match, but this feels like so much for them to manage, and running low on ammo, no time left, and it's right back in it for RME.
Overall, great round there from the side of RME. They are able to win the round. They don't bring any guns into the next one, but that whole round kind of flopped there from LE from Kingston with a very weird shrouded step, just going up in the heaven, just saying, hey, I'm right here, kill me, because that gave RME the perfect advantage to actually win that round, and you just saw it unfold exactly how you would want if you're RME. The flank comes through from Dogita, able to just stay strong on the site, and even Pugs just playing a little off, just able to draw a lot of distraction. We're going to see another operator here, bot from Saint, but if my calculations are correct, it's 0 kills still with 4 operators bot. And now it's 5.
Finally gonna add to that tally. Ellie goes down, and Saint finally gets an operator kill.
And Ellie now struggling, 3 and 8 in the game, not looking the best, but we'll see if they're able to profit as one gun does go down. The rest are still up though. A lot of ultimates still available. Dogita especially with that lockdown can definitely help take one of these sites, but we'll see how Army do look to take these, as 2 players are set up on both ways. Towards A is where the bomb is, so we'll see what Army can do on this B site for some distraction.
Very split round here for the side of RME, trying to break through this smoke, and Zerfi will be taken out. Pugs has managed to find themselves alongside Sea Lion on this A site. LLE, they're convinced that that's where everybody is, which opens up a potential lurk opportunity for Dogita, especially if Sea Lion is able to hold on to tree here and stall out this retake just a little bit. Into this round, it's all left up to Dogita, who looks to be disconnected. Oh man, that is rough.
Nope, I thought they moved for a second. I don't know. Either way, man, this is welcome. Yeah, welcome to the delays of a game. I don't know how much time's left in the pause, but man, this can this game end is what I think everyone is thinking at this point, as it is just back and forth hell for everyone, including us, of especially our boy Static, which definitely does want to sleep by now. Let's be honest.
Poor Static. He's just a little guy.
I don't. Yeah, this game does kind of feel just so Jover for in a way for RME. We haven't seen any life out of them whatsoever. LE just not showing up right now is definitely a huge factor. And with all the pauses that have gone on, it definitely hurts just the mentality of the game in general. So I'm really looking to see if RME can step up and if we can just end the misery of this game. And unfortunately, Randy probably will never cast with us ever again because of it. But either way, you know.
Welcome to production, Randy. The worst intro game we could ever hope for.
I mean, I've disconnected what 3 or 4 times as well myself, so you know, take what you
Yeah.
can get.
Is that your curse? Is that the curse you're bringing?
Maybe. I mean, who knows? Maybe
Oh.
I'm back, you know, for vengeance. Who knows?
All I know is that I was supposed to play some ranked League of Legends later, and I think this is just a sign that I should not do that at this point.
No, you should not.
The gods are delaying
with me
it
instead.
as much as they can. You have to unlock the basement door first, but
Yeah, I'll let you out.
yeah, you said that last time, then you didn't.
Look,
Anyway,
I was drunk, and you know how I get. I think the last time I drank, it's been a while. I think the last time I drank was when I broke my bathtub.
Broke your bathtub, so you're just like open a bottle of beer.
No, I drank an entire bottle of whiskey.
Oh, nice.
Because me and I don't know, I didn't have work for like the next 3 days, and we were like, screw it, I'm gonna get messed up tonight, right? So I drank an entire bottle of whiskey, and then fell in my bathtub and cracked it.
Good as time as any.
It is what it is,
Hey, there's no perfect time to drink, you know?
Yeah, I don't do it often, so figured I may as well like at least once in my life get like fuck it drunk,
I'm not a huge booze person myself.
It tastes horrible. Like, drinking is very overrated. It just, I don't know. Alcohol tastes horrible.
I'm a person that goes off smell a lot, and I do not like the smell of alcohol, so
That too, yeah.
it is not my cup of tea. As we continue for Dog Ida to hopefully get back into this game. Yeah, I mean, it says they're reconnected, but we'll see. And they need Dog Eater right now. That ultimate is very effective in this, and I mean, we'll have to carry on if the timer eventually does go over, but...
As we were talking about it earlier, like me and Randy and Rhodes in between matches, we were just talking about how impactful the Omen ultimate can be.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, that's super
This
useful.
guy.
What? Look, that's what we were talking about, right? We weren't making jokes about how this is a very unfortunate introduction for Randy. This is...
I mean, everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. Let's be honest. Like, it is an unfortunate situation, but hopefully we can get back into it. The 20 average viewers we had earlier has dropped by about half, so we do appreciate you sticking with us if you are still watching the stream. Either way, as still just trying to get this going.
Since we have the time, obviously, right now, I will remind you, Randy, to hit brackets so that you can follow Ecstatic.
Oh, I already did that moment I loaded back up. You're good.
Oh, you did? I'm still able to like spectate you individually.
I'm not.
Oh, Rhodes isn't. Now I can spectate. I can look at Rhodes.
Yeah, let's go.
Dude, Rhodes takes over the observing. Static gets on the mic, maybe.
Let me type.
You did say 4-person cast, Static.
That's...
Yeah, but I did. I will leak the stream chat. How much time does RME have left in their P10? What? 5 minutes?
Well, I think the timer thing was just like wasn't their tech time. Remember when you
fair.
everything?
Yeah, that wasn't particularly part of their time. 30 a.m.
Oh.
I'm going to the bathroom right as Dog Eater reconnects. Oh man. Oh,
Oh, damn funny. Yeah.
We're
No,
waiting
they
on
said
her
they're
to
going to
join
the
BC.
bathroom. This is so jokes, man. This is
Jokes indeed. Jokes indeed.
This is one of those times where I wish I just left, or wish I just said no today.
Yeah, I did kind of like spring this on you guys. What'd you say last minute? It was pretty late for me to ask. My bad. I'm sorry, Rhodes. Yeah, I figured.
I mean, we're just kind of chilling here.
What
we've
else
been
are we going to talk
waffling
about
for so
Static?
long?
It has been an entire series of wafflage.
All right, we're ours. Get back into it. Here we go.
Okay, so I will say this. Almost out of almost every tech pause, it has been a like ridiculously fast-paced round. Taking all bets, will it be the same thing?
I
I
bet
don't know.
2 Robux.
2 Robux.
2 whole Robux.
How
I
much is
don't
2
have any
Robux worth?
I'll take you on that action. I'll raise
I think you
to
can
4
buy anything with 2
Robux.
Robux.
I think that's 20 cents.
I'll
Oh,
raise to
perfect,
4
perfect.
Robux, so 6 Robux in the pot.
I'll do 1 Canadian penny.
That's less than a American penny.
It's less than anything because it doesn't exist.
Also, none of us said which side we were voting or which side we were betting for, so it's a slow
Exactly.
round, and I don't know who betted for a fast round or a slow round.
Doesn't matter as the lockdown's coming through and they're not pushing A. They're looking for some sort of rotate potentially. I don't know. They're playing so slow. What is the point of this lockdown?
It's maybe try it, I don't know, but it has managed to get themselves a pick inside of mid, and they're gonna push up through tree off of that Zerfy. Getting that kill is gonna be great for the cross onto the site. They're trying to get this plant down. It's Kingston inside of their smoke, inside of hell to try and hold on. Will take out Zerfy and teleport to the other side to continue to cause problems, but everything's on Kuasi in the 1v3 and has to deal with this player inside of tree first. Won't expect the position from LLE, and so it's a team ace to get RME back on the board.
7-2 now, and maybe RME can get some momentum back because with another timeout, the momentum has switched once again. It gives RME back the favor, and LLE, they're tired. They want to be done the series, but with all the constant mishaps that has come, it gives RME a way back into this once again, and it could definitely bite them if they're not careful, as we're going to get another full gun round. The last full gun round from both of these teams, as I assume, will be an eco for one of them, but either way, this null point or null command will come out here from Zerfy. It's going to be huge for them to take the site.
Just barreling forward, and that Killjoy utility is not going to have any impact in this round as Dezo goes down. The site has already been breached. Those nano swarms find nothing, and Ellie is posted up right outside of Market to try and catch these players off guard. It's a beautiful sonar dart comes through. Dogita on the lurk. It's adding to LLE's grief, and Ellie barely able to get away as well. So much damage being found, but the killing blow can't be landed for anything right now, as Saint is trying to work their way back in. Kuasi gets a kill as well, brought to a 3v3, but Sea Lion holds strong in the site, and Pugs doubles up as well.
I mean, this is Ascent. I mean, 3 rounds, very well, maybe all they need to close the map.
Yeah, with the momentum completely switched now because of another pause, and that it does give RME a complete overhaul. I mean, if you're LLE, I just kind of feel bad for LLE at this point. They've kind of gone the short end of the stick this entire night, and there's just nothing they can do about it. Definitely, just all the luck is not in their favor whatsoever. As RME will take advantage of it. They get 3 rounds now. Rounds that probably shouldn't have, but you never know what could happen as we will head into this next one. We're getting another force here from LLE. They're going to try their hand into this one, and we'll see what does go down, as Pugs does have a Hunter's Fury now that definitely could be useful.
Kuasi forced to fall back off of Market, and as a result, RME are going to be potentially funneled into these crossfires. feel like they've gotten some map control, but it could just be a trap, as now Dezo set up inside of CT. He's going to try and hold off this aggression, and will do so beautifully. Shuts it down, and Kawasi closes it out. It's 8 secured.
The round they get back there, they need that. They need to find something, and they still have 2 ultimates to use compared to RME's 0 or 1, sorry, from Pugs. Definitely a very nice advantage here. We could definitely see some fun ult combos come out. We could see Kwasi use that lockdown on a retake. Then you see Pugs pop theirs, and then you see Dezo pop theirs to kill Pugs. It could be a fun turnaround thing that we'll see in this round, but the bomb is towards A. It's a pretty big split here from the side of RME, so we'll see what LLE do decide to do here.
Sorry,
slow,
caught me mid-stretch.
slow play from both these teams here. Just kind of, we're seeing LLE actually run a lot around, so they're definitely very angsty to try and find something along this map, and A-hit will look like it will be the thing, and Saint is in a beautiful position, but can they find the timing?
Aussie just set to respond off of their turret. Saint looking to activate from Wine, and will get 1 kill and even the second as well after a labored engagement with Sea Lion. That's the spike down in A main. This is looking rough right now for RME. This looks like 3. Randy said it's all they need, but might be all they have.
And now Dezo able to find or used his Hunter's Fury as well, which definitely doesn't help the future of LLE, but able to just win this round in general is really nicely done. Saint picks up 3 on the round, and it's all left to Pugs, and I mean, not much room to really win this, but we'll find a pick.
Yeah, she gets a single kill on the exit. That will be all they're afforded at the end of this half. 9-3. However, we're some cursey boys over here in production.
Yeah, Randy, we have to ask you the question: do you believe in the curse of the 9-3?
I believe in a 9-3 curse, and I more importantly believe in a 9-3 curse on this map. I mean, Ascent is just remarkably defense-sided, and I feel like it has been since its inception. I think RME, if they can use some of that, energy they seem to still have left, I think they have a really great shot of turning this in their favor.
But a well-pronged attack here could definitely spell them trouble. We know Saint is feeling it. Kwasi is having quite the game themselves as well. So if LLE is able to find a very good start, it is definitely feeling like the doomed end of RME. But we'll see what LLE can do here. The bottom fragger currently in the lobby. Not something we're usually ready to see. At least it has not been seen in quite a bit, as they're going to be pushing the lone defender here, and Catwalk. Sealine has to push off.
It just has to fall back and respect this aggression. There's 3 players set to receive, and Ellie stands strong alongside Zerfi. Only 1 for Ellie, though, before she's felled, and Zerfi has to try and hold on to this. Will do so beautifully, securing another kill and putting a 2v4 on the plate of LLE.
I mean, they just peeked in 1 by 1 by 1. Army will take advantage every single time. Kwasi has to be a hero here, but it's just way too difficult. You're just going to get shot by the player playing in Cubby, and this round just feels so difficult.
Zerfi gets another kill as well. It goes from difficult to surely impossible. The spike is dropped. Only 40 seconds remaining, and Dogita will collect the kill inside of mid. So the pistol is at least secured for RME to try and work a 9-3 comeback.
But like Randy mentioned before, it is a very good defender side map, and if you can get to that good start, anything can happen. We're going to see Ellie pick up an Outlaw that can be so detrimental to teams, and it will be looking mid, and that's looking exactly where LLE might be wanting to go. This could be really good for Army to have a pretty clean round and just find a lot of picks to get them back in this game, at least mentally and just ready.
I like Ellie going for the Outlaw here. Try and get some of that confidence up with a sniper, as I believe personally that the op is going to be Ellie's best shot at getting back into this series. We saw it be very effective on Haven at parts, and do you think that it's going to be possibly what allows Ellie to warm up into the series, and that's what Army needs if they're going to make this comeback happen.
And they're going to be looking to kill these players all through Cat, pushing out 1 by 1 once again. and Sea Lion making no mistake.
Oh, very clean from Sea Lion indeed. Kawasi finally shuts down that reign of terror, but
I mean, people are angry about the situation that has become this match. Some may feel like there should have been a forfeit, but we'll see, as this next round is a big one where both teams will have some sort of weaponry. At least Army, of course, does have the weaker one. So we'll see what kind of damage can be done here. And can LLE find something? Can they start playing to like they were before? Because they have dropped quite a bit of rounds now for certain reasons. And we'll have to see as they push through mid.
LA looking to turn up the aggression, but shut down by Kingston. Set up for Zerfy though to succeed, and Sea Lion adds to that as Saint now has so much on their plate, trying to juggle so many angles and aggress onto these stairs, and will do so greatly. A double kill and looking to make it a triple as well. So retake coming in from B main. Zerfy is trying to harass these backlines, and Saint jump up onto lane and eat a lot of damage for their trouble. This is looking pretty rough for Army to get back into this round, but damage is the name of the game.
That is a kill that Saint will want to have back, though. That is something that should have came about. This is going to be so difficult for Pugs because this Outlaw, I mean, Saint might be 1 HP, but the fact that you have to retake with it, it does feel super hard. Either way, a very nicely done round from Army.
But like I said, Pugs is looking to just get the damage down and even possibly... no more time. But like I said, gets 4 players killed, and that's going to be a lot of damage for LLE to try and come back from.
Yeah. And very good round either way. They're from Army. They're able to do so much damage to the point that there's going to be a lot of light armor for LLE. They're going to force into this round, which is pretty expected by now. They are super confident, and we'll have to see how they do play it out. This round could matter to a lot here. Is if LE can win this potentially cleanly, this game or this round is completely, or this, I can't speak. Anyway, we're gonna head into this round. My words are fumbled. It's way too late. We'll see how this goes. Kingston with a huge teleport is gonna push off these Army members.
I feel like you're going for this comeback is certainly on, if I'm not mistaken.
Like
we
Donkey
don't need to talk. Yeah, like Donkey Kong. Yeah, we don't
Like
need to talk about it. I was trying to say if LLE can win this match pretty cleanly, this match is completely over because the economy for Army is in the same bad position as LLE's. So
I will definitely. I mixed up the teams again.
Both these teams have like a tongue twister though. LLE, RME, you know, both of them end with E, so it's just.
And we've been casting for about 3.5 hours, I believe, right now. So.
Something. As I mean, we'll see this position here from Pugs could be super huge to catch some of these members of LLE here, and that definitely could be a difference maker if they do decide to push this midpoint.
The Lion set up in tree. Could be the first contact, but it's actually Pug swinging out of the smoke inside of mid to take the first kill. Ellie contributes as well, and now Sea Lion activates from behind. Everything's all up to Dezo in the 1v4. Tap on the spike, but no one's buying it, and Sea Lion pinches out of tree.
And it looks like we're up to that extremely valuable Omen ult for RME.
Big Omen ult. I feel a big
It is a
Omen
game
ult
breaker. And we'll have to, an eco will come out now from LLE. It's looking like it's going to be 7 rounds for RME now, and definitely not a position LLE want to be in. They need to keep their composure though, because that is definitely something that could be dropped at this point. It's definitely something that, like we've seen so far, we're seeing a lot of shooting bodies now. They are not happy. Understandably, but we'll see what they do decide to do here. They need to keep their composure, and they need to play well. They need to look for these rounds quite decently.
Yeah, but Ellie slips past the sonar dart, especially with Zerfy being spotted out there by it. It's going to lull them into a false sense of security. So now LLE now have to play this round at a man disadvantage. Saint is forcefully removed by Ellie, and they're left retreating from this B main position.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a free A site for the most part, too. Sea Lion did get off a bit, so, I mean, it does look like they're probably going to be gunned down to all the members that are trying to go cat. We've seen this before. We saw it last round, and Dogita has to be huge there. We have seen Dogita maybe miss these potential picks sometimes, so we'll see what does end up happening.
He's been having a bit of a rough series so far. Pugs as well, as Kharkiv manages to get that kill with the classic, and this could open up the round potentially. Was that rifle recovered? Not quite, it seems. So still a rough hold for LLE here.
Wait.
They're handling this aggression well. It's Dogita who has to try and step up, and Kingston gets the right click. Ellie has to be the hero, and she'll get the kill. Zerfi alongside as well. It's Surfy and Ellie to close out the round.
Right when they try to pick up a weapon, they instantly die. They just had to stick with those pistols, and that flank found absolutely nothing. Very good there from Ellie to find it, and overall, I mean, Ellie will take that round. They did a lot of damage. They have a lot of ultimates up, but so does RME. So we'll see how the exchange does go this round, as RME have been able to get some economy. They're able to buy next round. But LA, they need to find this. They need to figure it out, because they've been taking a lot of bad fights. They've been taking a lot of ones, and you can definitely see the team play fall off over the past couple. But either way, both these teams, they're tired. It's almost 2 a.m. now, and at least for us East Coast folk. So we'll have to see how they do play it.
Shout out to all my central homies. It's not quite 1 a.m. yet, but we're trying. I'm stuttering a lot. Wow.
It's only 10 p.m. for me. I'm having a great time.
Well, how nice is it to be you?
They don't get a free site here, so it's gonna be a 5 versus 5 retake. Pugs will be delayed, so no recon dart used, but that null command will be very nicely done here from Kharkiv. Or from Zerfi, sorry.
It's gonna come down to this retake through tree, and Dogita starts out well. Ellie trying to add to this, but it's gonna be Dogita. The first contact in, and Saint holds strong. Sea Lion responds quickly, though. It comes down to the players inside of a main, as Kharkiv is taken out from the paranoia. There's a gap on this smoke, though. It's a sloppy one from Sea Lion. That could be a problem from RME as they're trying to stick this defuse. They get it to half, and they're holding well for their teammates. They get the defuse over the line, and this comeback is continuing.
Yeah, RME able to win it, and that we're going to see a timeout come, which, I mean, I'm not surprised by Ellie at this point. We're just seeing sloppy play at this point. They're playing for a spam, and it's just... I hate when teams play for spams, especially in these lower level leagues. Just stop, please. You're never set up for it. You never set yourself up for success, and especially when you have that player disadvantage, you leave that one player hoping for a clutch play on site. It is just not what you want to do, and you see it all fall apart there. Very nicely done from RME overall, and that null command really was the icing on the take. And now we're going to see Ellie with this operator. We know Ellie is so good with this weapon. We'll have to see what RME do decide to do in this round, as this timeout is crucial for LLE to get back in this game.
Doesn't matter how late it is, doesn't matter how tired he is. Ranty Rhodes never sleeps. But yeah, I mean, the spam just didn't work out at all, for sure. I mean, it's one of those things you either need to really drill it, or, like you said, just forego the option. Maybe play more up on the site, play a bit more aggressive, and leave the spam for significantly more situational moments, like if your opponents have certain ultimates that make it really difficult to hold on the site itself.
We'll have to see what the huge plan here from LLE is, as they are going to be buying into this round. They have that Blade Storm with Saint, so I'm really interested to see how they are able to attack this B site, and if they are able to do it cleanly. They're nowhere near this operator, so they are safe from that threat for now.
Saint popping these Blade Storms wants to try and be a saving grace for their team. They have struggled in these last few, and scrapping together a buy could be a problem, because this Hunter's Fury is looking to claim a target, but it's Kawasi to stand strong for a double. The Hunter's Fury doesn't get anything from Pugs. Now Kawasi forced out of position by their own Nanoswarm. Definitely a questionable moment, and that could give RME a foothold into this retake. If they're able to really run with it, it could be devastating for LLE. So they're just trying to hold on strong. The defeat, or the spike, is halfway gone, and Dezo activates from B main, collects the triple kill, and gets an 11th for LLE.
They knew Dezo was there, but it just doesn't matter. Shows up at the right time. The Sova will pick up the Huntress Fury, which I'm not 100% sure if they had it last round, but it doesn't matter. Either way, very nice triple kill there. Go 10, 13, 7. Not the best scoreline in the world, but Dezo likes to play that very supportive style. So, I mean, they'll take it at the end of the day. Very nice round to save them that round because of that Quasi mistake. Either way, it is 11-8 now. There's potential still here for RME, but LE, they needed that round and they got it.
Now Ellie forced back as well from that utility. Dogita caught out as well. Pugs trying to keep things safe, but now spotted out by the sonar dart and eats the Hunter's Fury. Ellie has to stand strong. Has managed to drop the spike at steps, and Sea Lion is trying to keep it in control, but Zerfy has to swap to the sidearm just to keep themselves alive. It's a 1v2, and well, they have the magic number to work this clutch, and yeah, like you said, it's Zerfy trying to work their way in, tosses the flash to get out the smoke, but Kingston just swings the angle. It's match point.
I mean, LLE can swap out their controller all they want for their main roster one. It's the same result. Kingston playing quite a good game on fresh legs, because by the way, like, Zach is gone and then Kingston came in. They're fresh. They're energized. They come back into us and they're showing why they're not just a random person that they can just swap in and out of. They are a main roster on this team and they are playing quite good with Saint, with Quasi. 17 kills apiece across the board for those three, and definitely looking good now as we're at match point. Like you just mentioned, the curse is on a bit of a standstill, but we see RME force into this round. Obviously, no ultimates available for either team besides Quasi's near. One orb off, that could be huge if they can get them the spike plant.
Especially if they're able to carry that over into the post plant, it could pose a lot of problems for RME as they don't have a Hunter's Fury to deal with a lockdown. That could be the nail in the coffin if it comes to fruition, as all the utility is going to be sent out. The execute will come in. LLE want to claim this A site, and they'll do so effectively. Zerfy quick to respond though from Tree and will deny the plant. A beautiful shot to try and keep this from getting too out of control, but a smoke in their face is going to force them into the fight with Dezo, who doubles up and denies the Tree aggression. Here's the sound cue of Dog Eater. They're going to try and just keep these players at bay. It's only 3 to pull off the retake, rather. Dropping in, Pugs with a double, but has to do it all. And Kharkiv closes this series out. It was a long journey, but finally LLE win this series 2-1.
I mean, some would say it's too long, but if we finally get Static to finally have some sleep eventually, we'll get that interview either way.
That
but
don't make you better at the game, bro.
Huge from Ellie, and we're
lie,
gonna get some fun anger in the post game lobby. Either way, Ellie, they win. Congratulations.
As I am dragging Kharkiv in right now, bear with me. I'm fumbling my keys. Why can't I drag him? All right, there we go. Took me way longer than I expected, but I am able to drag Kharkiv. Congratulations on your 2-1 victory over RME. I just kind of wanted to, the first thing I wanted to ask you about was the player swap that we saw in between map 2 and 3. We saw Kingston coming in and taking over for Zach, who was a very instrumental player in your first 2 maps. So just kind of wanted to ask how you guys sort of adapted to the separate play styles of the two.
Yeah, so Zach's a little bit more of a loose player, and Kingston's more of a Kingston can get loose, but Kingston's like he's like my right hand man on Ascent, if you ever know. Like we always play together there, so I'm able to keep him by my side and make sure he doesn't do too much crazy. But like I said, Kingston's the X Factor player, and he showed it today on this map, and it really helped us win over the Ascent game.
I wanted to ask about like how, like, obviously there was, we probably don't want to get into it too much with all the timeouts and the game restart and everything, but how are you guys talking to each other to get back into it? Like, I know I have asked this before, but this is just a super long one, and their momentum kind of switched in RME's favor, which I definitely was inverted, not definitely the best outcome in general, just overall of how everything ended up. But how are you talking to your team to get back into it and just feel each other out a bit more and just win this map in general?
Yeah, so most of us are like Eastern time, so it's like 2 a.m. for us. So I just told him like
Oh yeah, we know.
the sooner we win, the sooner we get to go to sleep, So it's like that was kind of the motivation, Some of us got school, some of us got work tomorrow. So that was really the motivation. We knew that we this was a big win for us if we were win. So we stayed locked in. We were already up 5-0, obviously. So that was big confidence. Just make sure that we keep the ball rolling and just keep winning those rounds and grit and grind every single round.
Perfect. Well, congratulations. I mean, you played amazing. So I'm just wondering. I mean, obviously things start kind of snowball and get a little bit out of hand when you're attacking. But those last two rounds, your whole team just fully kind of locked in. Was it just the sleep that was the motivating factor, or is there some grand plan discussed in that timeout?
Um, you talking about the one that we called on attack, or
Yes. Yes.
yeah?
The
So the coach pretty much just called the timeout and said that we were making a few mistakes and just like not be scared because you're playing a little bit scared and that
Mhm.
kind of happens a little bit. So he told us just peak, we're better than these guys when they make mistakes, just punish them for it. And that's what we did. I
Mhm.
called that we could just go B because we had knives. We went B, we won. We kind of figured
Mhm.
out at that point that the fast hit kind of works a little bit better for us. And the main problem was just making sure that we scaled on site together. And then we did that, played post plants pretty well together. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Well, great work. I mean, it worked out amazing, and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
And finally, last question I kind of want to ask you. We're, excuse me, we're getting closer and closer to playoffs right now, and they can kind of sometimes lend themselves, especially if you make a deeper run, to be a real test of endurance. And this series overall, I think, lasted about 3.5 hours. So, with a match like this, do you feel like it kind of gauges where you guys are at endurance wise to make a run like that?
Yeah. I mean, so we usually play late at night. Like I have school, like I have to wake up in like 5 hours. So for us, it's usually it's fine for us. Like this is something that we do regularly. Um, so I want to say the main problem is for us is just keeping our confidence high and just making sure, like even if we get sleepy, just to stay focused. Staying focused is probably our biggest problem. I mean, we beat Pandas, Padres, and now RME, and then Nexus is like I think still number one and they lost to Podges and Pandas. So we really feel confident. We're really just looking forward to play Boba. That'll be like a real test for us because all these other teams are kind of like mid.
Ooh, that's some confidence right there. Fighting
Yeah,
words.
yeah. I mean, I beat every team so far, I guess, besides Nexus, but and Boba, but Nexus is mid.
Damn.
Definitely want to keep that confidence up if you want to make a deep playoffs run for sure. So for us, that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Tech issues aside, and we'll be catching you with some more games later this week.
Adios.
Thank you, thank you. Have a good one.